Luka plays with a poise that only comes with experience. Look at this resume. He's only 25. He's been a pro for more than a decade. He signed with Real Madrid at 13. He made his pro debut at 16. The youngest player ever for Real Madrid, by the way. He went on to win EuroLeague MVP at 19, first-team All-NBA at 21, and then now at 23? 25? She's set to reach the finals at 25, and then West Finals was at 23. So we saw what Luka did in the first quarter of the Mavs closeout game, right, in the West Finals. He just had a cool, 20 points. So, Perk, what do you expect from him on this stage?
Greatness. Greatness. I mean, seriously, who's going to stop Luka, right? Like, I expect Jaylen Brown to match up with him again. Zach talked about how he's mastered the pick and roll, right? He's 6'7", 6'8", 250. I mean, once he gets you on your hip, you're in trouble. The only thing I could think of is that, Dallas have to put him in pick and rolls, right? Like, involve him to like, on the defensive side of things and try to wear him down. Something like what we seen when they what they tried to do against Steph Curry. But when it comes down to what do we expect from Luka, we expect greatness. He's arguably the best player in today's game. He's the most dangerous player in the league offensively.
So if he wins it all.
You ready?
Yeah, you know what I'm going to ask, right?
Go ahead, ask me.
If he wins it all, when Jokic won it all, we talked about him as the best player in the NBA. When Giannis won it all, we talked about him as the best player in the NBA.
Yeah.
Luka's kind of been knocking on the door.
Yeah, he's been knocking on the door, and he's going to kick down the door. Forget just being the best player in the league. We need to have a different conversation, okay? And I know I'm going off track because I was saving this for later in the show, but we need to talk about if Luka Doncic goes out here and win, okay, an NBA championship and the Finals MVP, somebody got to move over in that top 75 greatest of all time.
Oh, come on.
No,
I thought you were going somewhere else.
No, it's real. At the age of 24, let's think about it for a second, Zach and Richardson, you talking about, oh, come on. He already has a resume that's better than some of those guys that are already in there. He's been a first-team All-NBA player for the last 5 years, 5 out of 6 years, led the league in scoring. I mean, seriously, he wins the NBA championship, Finals MVP. He's already a top 75 greatest player of all time.
The series hasn't started, and he's already a top 75 player of all time. I don't even care what happens in the series. That conversation is over. What to expect from Luka? There's no answer to this question. He's going to be awesome every single game. Some games it's going to be he's 11 of 25. The shots don't fall. Sometimes it's going to be 13 of 19, and he snatches your soul and makes all your fans cry in the stands. It's just greatness, greatness, greatness. He controls every possession of every game, the pace of every game. And look, he's 25 years old.
Insane.
And barely, if this guy stays healthy for the next 8, 10, 12 years and puts up the kind of numbers he's been putting up, the conversation is going to be not top 75, it's going to be top 10 of all time, top 15 of all time. It's going to be statistical clubs where it's him and LeBron, and that's it. That's the whole statistical club. If. And starting tonight, he gets to do it on the final stage against a team, by the way, that is built to defend him better than any other team in the league, and a team that is going to make him work on the other end of the floor.
Boston is one of the most raucous crowd, one of the most interesting fan bases. They certainly let you know, let you have it. This is the biggest stage. There is no bigger one. And since Luka is playing on the biggest stage, we thought it was only right that Chiney's cheat sheet takes it to the biggest stage.
Yes. Never.
Let's see it.
Never. You know it's the NBA Finals when we have a big cheat sheet on the Jumbotron.
Hey.
Especially, you see what we did right here? Especially when it's a strength-on-strength matchup between Luka's offense and the Celtics defense. Luka leads the NBA in usage and is the scoring champ, the scoring leader, so he demands, look at that number right there, blitzes or traps. He's the most blitz player in the NBA, but the Celtics blitz actually the least, just 1% of the time. So I'll show you exactly what this looks like on the court because he will not be seeing those blitzes, what happened in the past. All right, the Celtics, they love to switch. Luka has the ball, Drew Holiday's guarding him. Here's the switch onto Derek White. So the switch happens, he keeps his dribble. And how is he still able to cook without a blitz? Well, he gets another screen that sort of throws the defender, Derek White, in drop coverage. Porzingis right there, as you see those two in tandem. Now, that's the danger zone, because Perk said it. When he's on your hip, when I dip, you dip, we dip. He knocks it down from 3. Again, Celtics love to switch. This is why Porzingis being back, that unlocks their the second best defense in the NBA. The switch happens, but y'all, I'm sorry. This might be a little barbecue chicken, because he's got Al Horford. Drew Holiday is supposed to be guarding the paint. So now he realizes, all right, we've got 3 defenders around me. He blows by Al and kisses it off the glass. And last but not least, let's talk about this drop coverage, because Porzingis, if you're able to suit up today, you'll see the drop a lot. Now, because Luka can cook, now he's going to be high and present, and instead, that unlocks the passing game. This is a guy that is a walking triple-double. He literally leads the postseason in every category: points, rebounds, and now assists. Luka cooks, whether it's the blitz or whether it is the drop coverage. And last but not least, Luka uses the most picks in the playoffs, y'all. But the Celtics try to avoid this at all costs for those reasons why I just saw, because they give up the most points per chance on those pick-and-roll plays. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. I guess the best way was what Drew Holiday said: prayer defense for Luka Doncic.
And
all you can do is pray.
Credit to J. Kidd, because while you were breaking that down, you did a beautiful job on that, Sinead. Just look at the spacing and who was where, right? You had P.J. Washington in the corner. Jason Tatum was guarding him. He couldn't help because he can't leave off the corner. That means Derek Lively is rolling to the basket.
Right.
But then in that wing position as Luka is coming off to his right side, who is sitting in that pocket? It's Kyrie Irving. So you saw Derek White on that clip. He like, I know I'm supposed to be at the nail, but this is Kyrie Irving. So now I got to pick my poison. And that's why we saw those passes either from Luka or Kyrie to that short wing where they were knocking down wide open 3.
Because as Sinead pointed out in her breakdown, they didn't blitz Luka at all in the regular season. This is not a team that blitzes a whole lot. Luka may force them to reconsider because of all the weapons that they have.